Gardaí have made their first ever arrest over false claims made by far-right members on social media. A man in his 40s was arrested in Wicklow on suspicion that he wrote social media posts falsely claiming a migrant had exposed himself to women on a bus. The Gardaí seized phones and other devices in the operation. They arrested a far-right agitator on suspicion that he created and circulated a social media post making a false and damaging claims about a migrant man. The arrest is believed to be the first of its kind for the creation and circulation of false social media posts which did not include threats of violence. This may indicate a sort of a change in tack or approach by the Gardaí to far-right activity on social media sites. A criminal investigation, the fact that such a criminal investigation has been carried out into such a social media post appears to be a significant shift in the way that the Gardaí are now dealing with such content. This may well be a test case in this whole area. The suspect is a man in his 40s who was arrested after a search of a private residence in South Wicklow on Tuesday. Phones and other devices were also seized for examination. The Gardaí said that the arrest made under legislation enacted some 38 years ago would likely prove a test case for tracking these kinds of social media posts in the future. The relevant legislation is, the suspect was being questioned on suspicion that he committed an offence contrary to the Criminal Law Act of 1976. Under that particular act, section 12, subsection A, anyone who knowingly makes a false report or statement suggesting an offence has been committed and which gives rise to apprehension for the safety of persons or property has committed an offence. On conviction, that offence carries a sanction of imprisonment up to 5 years if tried on indictment. It can probably be tried summarily, though, in the district court as well. The content at the centre of the investigation included a photograph of a man asleep on a bus travelling to Newtown Mount Kennedy in County Wicklow. The post claimed that the man was a migrant and that he had exposed himself to women and girls on the bus journey before he fell asleep. It was claimed that the man in the photograph was an international protection applicant living in Trudder House on the outskirts of the town of Newtown Mount Kennedy. And weeks earlier there were violent clashes outside that particular venue between Gardaí and anti-immigration protesters who were trying to block the use as a centre for international protection applicants. The atmosphere in the area was fairly high for a number of months, even after the international protection applicants were moved into the centre. The far-right agitator was arrested last week. He's well known, or he's well involved as in the protest at Trudder House in Newtown Mount Kennedy. The Gardaí have confirmed that a man has been arrested as part of an ongoing investigation into the creation and dissemination of false allegations on social media. As I say, this seems to be a first. The examination, the criminal investigation, began in June when an image of this man travelling on the bus in Newtown Mount Kennedy was circulated online, accompanied by claims that he was behaving inappropriately towards a minor. Those claims were examined by the Gardaí, and the allegation of inappropriate activity towards a minor, or any other person for that matter, were proved to be unfounded and false. The publication of the social media post, however, had caused serious anxiety and concerns to the individual. It also created alarm and concern, tending to give rise to apprehension for the safety of persons in the local community. This seems to be the first such case of a person being arrested and charged with an offence arising from the dissemination of false information on social media. It would be very interesting to see how this pans out, because obviously this does demonstrate a change in tack, a change in approach by the Gardaí to far-right social media posts and misinformation and so forth online. Hope you find the video useful. If you do, I'd appreciate if you hit the old thumbs up button down below. Thank you very much.